What's up, doinks? Welcome to Sudoku Dre. My name is Sudoku. Today we have Foggen Meg by Megan033. We have normal Sudoku as apply. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear the fog around that cell. No guessing is required. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper. Digits along each thermometer. Increase in the bulb end. We have black and white crop key dots. Okay, before we get going, if you like what I do, please hit subscribe. It is free for you, but it does me a lot of good. All right, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. We have the grid, so this is not dynamic. So if I place this digit, then these around here will clear, and then we'll get more information. German whisper, these have to differ by at least 5. The thermometer, so they have to increase in the bulb. This is the bulb end, so it has to go up. So it can this could be a 1, 2, 3, but it also could be a 1, 8, 9. And this doesn't have to be a 1, it could be a 7, 8, 9. We don't see any black crop keys, but black are 2 to 1 ratios. And then white are consecutive digits. Okay, let's see what we got. So we know that with a German whisper, they have to be at least a difference of 5. That means that the digit 5 can never be on a German whisper. So the 5 is going to be there. So then we know that this is going to be a 4, 6 there. All right. And if that's a 4, 6, then we know that these are going to be 1, 2, and 3, which puts 7, 8, and 9 in there. Okay, and then so that's 4, 6 because they are consecutive. 2, 3, and 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so 7 can never be against a 3. So if this is a 7, it would have to be a 1, 2. Then this would have to be a 3 with 8 and 9. Okay. Does that work? Because if this is a 7, then it could go 1, 9. Then if this is an 8, okay, so this can never be the 7, right? No, that's not true, because those could be 1, 2. All right, so if this is a 7, this is a 7, this would have to be a 1, 2, and then this would have to be 8, 9 with a 3. And that works. Okay, but a 4 can only go against a 9, and a 6 can only go against a 1. So then this has to be a 1, 9, and that has to be a 1, 9 as well. So okay, so the 1 cannot be there, so the 1 has to go here. Yes, okay. So then that cannot be a 7. So then one of these has to be a 7. So I'm going to put the 7s like that. Okay. So 7. So this is an 8, 9. Okay. So, that's 1, 9. So then this has to be the 8, which puts this, delete the 8. And then I can delete that 7. Okay, so that's going to be 7, 9 pair, 4, 6 pair, and a 2, 3 pair. Then, yeah, that's 1, 9, 1, 9. And 2, 3 works there, and then 7, 9 works here. Okay. So then this has to be either a 2, 4 or 3, 6, and then this is going to be a 2, 4 or 3, 6 as well. Because it's a black crop key, so it's a 1 to 2 ratio, and if it can't have an 8 on it or a 1 on it, then it can only be a 2, 4 or 3, 6, and then 2, 4 and 3, 6 are down here as well. Okay, which puts this as a 7, 9, and that's a 7, so that's a 7, 9 pair in the column. Okay, so Interesting. Does that tell us anything else? So if this is a 2, it would have to go 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. This is 3. Interesting. Oh wait, so if this is a 4, it would have to see 9 on both ends. So this cannot be a 4, 6. That cannot be a 4, 6. So that's now a 2, 3 pair. Okay, so that's a 4, 6 and a 4, 6. Okay. So this is either 2, 4 or 3, 6, and similar 2, 4 or 3, 6. So then we know that this has to be 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7, 8, 9 triple. And we can do the same down here, 7, 8, 9 triple. So then this becomes, so then 1, 5, and 8 are here with, no, I'm sorry, 1 and 5 are up here with whatever is not on this. And then similarly, no, not 1, 5, and 8, because 8's down here. 1 and 5 with either, and then the 4 or 6 or 2, 3 that is not there. Okay. So then we know that that cannot be the 1, 5. So this has to be a 6 against the 7. 7 there, 6 here, so that's going to be a 4. Yeah. Nice. So then this is going to be a 2, which puts this as a 3, and that's a 6. Hell yeah. Love that. So then this is a 4. That's going to be the 6. So that has to see a 1. This has to see the 9. Oh, yeah. Love it. Love that. Okay, so then this is a 9. That's a 7, which puts this. I can delete that 7, delete that 7. This is now an 8. That's a 9. 8, 9 still works. Okay. Now, okay, so where's the 1 on this column, right? Or row? Can't be here. Can't be here, can't be here. And a 1 on a thermometer can only be on the bulb. So we can place the 1 there. And then this is a 1, 2, 4. Because it can't be a 3, 6, and it can't be a 4, 8. So it could be 1, 2, 4, but then the 1 cannot be there. All right, I'll leave that be for now. And then this has to be a 3, 6. This has to be a 3, 6. If this is a 6, 7, 8, 9, so this is going to be a 3, and that's a 6. So then this is a 1, 2. Love that. Okay. Ooh, what am I doing? That's a 9, and then that's a 7. So that'll be an 8, which puts this as 1, 3, 5. Okay. Four has to be up here, but it can't be there on the German Whisper. So 4 is going to be there. Love that. We're getting somewhere. Yes, we are. All right, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, again, this is 1, 3, 5. Sixes are down here. All right, I'm gonna just pencil mark the 1, 3, 5 just so I have it stated. And then this is a 1, 2, 5. Okay, and then 5 cannot be against that 7, so we can place this as a 5. So that's a 1, 2 pair, that works. This is not a 5, that's a 1, so that's a 1, 2, 3 triple. Good, I'm happy with that. Then the 1 has to be here on the row and box. 9 is here. Okay. 9 is there. 9 is here. Not helpful at the moment. All right, so in here, the 6s would be in the corners, but it can't be here because that would have to be a 3, 6. If this is a 6, this would have to be a 1. Okay. Okay, so this is actually, so it has to go up. So this can only be a 6 or an 8 now. Okay. Does that help? Well, it doesn't hurt. I'm not going to say it would hurt. It doesn't rule. All right. All right. So then this has a maximum of 8, 7, 6, but then it could also go 4, cannot be 5, cannot be 6, cannot be 7. So this can only be 7, that's an 8, so that's a 4, 6. All right, that's good. So then we know we can pencil mark the 7s here. Then this is now a 2, 3, 9. And this has to be the 9. That's a 2, 3. Okay, that's good stuff. The 8 has to be on this, and it can be here and here and here. All right, so that's not going to work. That's a 4, 6. That's a 1, 2. Yeah, that's all good. So then the 2, 3 is going to be down over here. With this becomes a 4, 5, 6 triple. 4, 5, 6, and that's not a 6. 4, 5, 6 triple with that. Okay. So then this is 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not helpful. This is a 4, 5, 6, 8. And we know that the 5 can only be here or here. 5 can never be in a black crop key. Seven can never be in a black crop key either, so that means I can put the 7 here. So then 7 is over here. This would, if the 7 is there, this would have to be a 6. All right. Okay, so if 1 is there, this can minimum, this is 2. Three, 4, 5. Cannot be a 5. This has to be, okay, that can't be a 5. This has to be the 5. No. What? This is a 5? Uh-oh. What did I mess up? 5 isn't... This could still be a 5. Ay. Okay. I hate that. Kind of cheated. So if that's a 5, 7 pair, then this should be a 4. And then that's going to be a 6. Puts a 5 there. Oh, man. That's disappointing. This can only be a 6 or an 8. This is a 4, 6, 8 triple. Okay. Highest this could be is 5, but it could also be a 4. That can no longer be a 1, so this should be the 1. Nice, okay. Real disappointed in myself about this right there. That's frustrating. 2, 3. This is a 4, 5, and 9. 5 and 9 can never be on a crop key, or black crop key, so that's going to be a 4. That's going to be an 8. So this will be a 6. That'll be a 4. This is now a 5, which puts a 9 there. Okay. 4s are there. Fours are down here. 6s are there. So if this is a 6, this would have to be a 1. So that's impossible. So that's going to be the 6. Then I can pencil mark some 6s there. Nines here. If this is a 9, no, 9 can be anything. 9 can be, well, 1, 2, 3. So this is a 2 or 3. No, it's not a 2 or 3. If this is a 9, this would be a 2 or 3. But it doesn't have to be the 9. Okay, so we know that the German Whisper goes down to here. 5 can't be here, so this is the only spot that a 5 could be. So then this has to be a 5 as well, because 5 cannot be in a black crop key. And then, so 5 is going to be in there. So we know 5 is definitely on the crop key. So then it's going to be a 5 here, 6 there. Delete that 6. This is now a 7, that's a 5. Got some roosters outside. Okay, so this is now a 6, which puts that as a 1, that's a 2. So then 3, 2. That's going to be the 3 here. That'll be a 1. And then that's a 5. All right. Okay, so then 1 is on one of these two. Okay. This is now a 1, 2, 8. So then this is going to be the 8. And then I can pencil mark some 8s up here to the 3, 4, 8, and 9. Okay. So then I know that the 9 is going to be up here, which places this as a 9. So that's going to be a 7. So we know that the 7 is going to be on the German Whisper. And that's a 1, 2 pair. So then that's a 1, 2. This has to be a 2, 4, and we can place that 2, 4, 1 here. That's going to be a 2. That's a 3. That's also a 3. That's a 2, 3. Finish off with an 8 here. 7 cannot go against it on German Whisper, so that's a 7. That's going to be a 1. And then this becomes a 9, 7. So that'll be a 9, 7 here. This goes against a 2 here with an 8 there. That's now a 3, 2. That's going to be the 9. Move that 9. This is a 1. That's not a 4, so we can place the 4 here. That's an 8. This is going to be a 3, which puts a 2 here. Finish it off with a 7. Sub 19 minutes. I just wish I didn't mess up the 5 over here. I was so disappointed in that. So disappointed.